Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Rush the whip.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Mayfield, he's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 12-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mayfield. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
We talk all the time about playmakers on offense, but let's face it, there are plenty of playmakers on defense, too. I think we just saw an example of one, didn't we? Not force that incompletion.
Yeah, he's a great corner. They got a couple of them on that side of the football. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Screen play, Johnson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 6 yards in the wrong direction that time. Not only that, but it brings up 4th. The kick by Marr is good. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
We got this. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 60 or. Hey, orbit.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. They find some open field here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown now. Vikings have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the gun, Mayfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a run with Cook. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. And there to make the tackle, Steven Nelson.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Let's go now. 50, plant.
Number 53, Mike 53. Here we go.
He'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Jared Davis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter play. 4 receivers now in the formation, 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7.
Nice, sweetheart.
Mayfield down. Catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Going to take a shot for Gallup. He's got a man, complete.
That's a great job of working the sideline right there. I love how he tracked the football the whole way, just reached up and pulled it in, had excellent field presence to understand where he was in order to make that play happen.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. A first down carry here for Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And this is incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 2nd down, Cook. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Detroit. Ty Johnson, 97 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got Smith here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's caught. Smith.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. He's letting it fly for Cooks. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Brandon Cooks, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Let's make it Alpha. Check it. Run.
Working out of the gun. Mayfield going to take a shot for Gallup. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Michael Gallup. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
You draw corporate.
2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, Echo.
Check three. Chance.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 8. He gets it to Cooks. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Ready.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Switch. Check.
They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Set. 20.
But, gotta get the point.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Regular.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Out of the gun now on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Johnson, about 3 yards there to the 27. From the 27, Mayfield got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Mayfield now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Mayfield toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense, but in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass, excellent job, way to knock it down.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. That'll be complete to Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd and 11. And this one complete to Smith. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down Vikings. This quarterback now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Back to throw here. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
61, match box lights. Under
crunch. Under crunch.
Ready.
On the ground, it's Cook. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 12 yards there, first down Vikings.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Back to throw now on first down. A nice pickup on first down, 7 yards.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 3. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 22 yards there, a first down.
Ready. And Lobo.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this third quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. They'll look to throw here. Smith catches left side. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Hey, Foxtrot.
33.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that'll be caught by Diggs for a Minnesota touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point splits the uprights, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They'll run it with Johnson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. From just shy of midfield, Mayfield. And his throw here is incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. What a chance they just took. A huge chance. They go for it on 4th down, wind up getting the first.
Go ahead and admit it. You thought it was a bad call, didn't you?
I did, yes. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Ty Johnson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 16 on the season. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Run.
Check 49, check 49.
Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, Mayfield. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jared Davis. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Hey, Orbit. Get it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 22, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's second down.
Let's go.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
You go tight.
Hey, Wahoo.
Under 10. 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Trey Flowers, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He'll drop to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it third down.
180.
Don't get nervous.
Now Mayfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Daniil Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were.
I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. No hesitation, don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We don't hide, I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we gon' hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Mason Crosby of the Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
As you and I both know, one reason teams script plays to start a game is so they can practice them ahead of time. I will guarantee you that fumble was not in the script.
You don't think they had fumble written next to play one there?
No, that was never in the script because they want to have good memories when they go into a ball game, not something that could have gone wrong.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the pass.
Now Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Jahan, what are these? Listen.
Check 2.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. This one taken in by Olabisi Johnson. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down, Vikings.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
48.
Switch.
Hey, receiver.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Shrugs off another. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Packers' 39-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28. Cousins on 1st down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains, and really it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
From the 31, Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. We're scoreless after 1.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
158.
Mike 5-4. Come on, D.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Valdez-Scantling. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards, first down, Packers. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 26. Rodgers now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Let's go, D.
Now Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Crosby with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. That was close to a big play, and just a little bit too far that he was led. He caught it but couldn't stay in bounds, Charles.
Yeah, I'm not very good at these sort of things, but I have to believe the farther you are downfield, the less your margin for error in throwing the ball, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so they gave it a good effort there. Really tried, just couldn't complete it.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith comes in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Let's go. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
On first down, Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. It's caught. Jones. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Rodgers now on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal line exactly the same way. They can't cross that. You play through the receivers. And on that play, that's exactly what they did and batted it away.
Jones. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Now Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams there to make the grab. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And they will finally get him to the ground as he's forced to tuck it and take the sack.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Throwing on 2nd and long. Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And how about this line out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Lets it fly for Treadwell. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Play fake. Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Preston Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
We need 54. Mike, 54. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
On second and 11 now. Rodgers, his throw incomplete. Xavier Rhodes, the cornerback, there in coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins now from the 50. Going deep for Diggs. That's caught inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a throw complete to his fullback out of the backfield, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So second and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins now. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dean Lowry providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back, it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll go again to Jones. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Again, it's Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Trey Waynes, the Michigan State man, right there in coverage.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the 1st down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And no, it's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
You ain't doing nothing today.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going up top. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Johnson, the intended target. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? So they take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Get 300. Get 300.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A gain of 32 that time. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. To try again after the sack. Cousins. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. Time definitely of the essence now. Just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Jones. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves them with 3rd and 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 6, and that ought to just about do it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Jones. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.